Hi everybody, this is Maria at Read, Create, Repeat Homeschool, and I wanted to say thank you for supporting me on my first tag. Today I thought I would talk about the books that I'm reading and the books that I'm reading with my kids. So I'll do mine first. If you don't want to stick around for the kids, you don't have to, but they're all really good books, so I'd stick around. First one up is Colson Whitehead's The Underground Railroad. This book has gotten a lot of buzz because Oprah paid a lot of money for them to release it a month early. It is a slave narrative talking about her escape up north. It is fiction, and you can tell because in the book, the Underground Railroad is real trains, real stations, real conductors. I don't know how that's going to play into the narrative. I'm about a third of the way through, but it's been pretty good so far, and his descriptions are beautiful. They're very challenging as far as intensity of feeling, but I've been trying to read more race-related books this year, and this one's a good one to pick up if you are trying to do that too. Next one up is called Julia Child's Rules, Lessons on Savoring Life by Karen Carbo. It's only about 200 pages, really small chapters, and you don't have to read it back to back. You can mix it up if you wanted to. My favorite chapter in here is called Every Woman Needs a Blowtorch, and it's about celebrating the little things in life. Julia Child, if you don't know much about her, didn't start cooking until later in life, which I think is pretty cool on its own. She didn't mind making mistakes, and she was all about parties. So she might my cup of tea. I loved it. Anyway, I'm really enjoying the book so far. It's kind of a cool read if you want to learn more about a really cool woman. Next one up is called The Reading Promise, My Father and the Books We Shared by Alice Ozma. I heard about this book on the Read Aloud Revival podcast that Sarah Mackenzie does. It's a great podcast if you read with your kids. I really would check it out. She's also on YouTube sometimes. In the book, the author talks about when she was in 4th grade, she and her dad decided to read 100 days in a row for 20 to 30 minutes and not miss a day. And they got to 100 days and they thought, that wasn't so bad. Let's keep going, see how long we can go. And they went all the way up until the day before she leaves for college. Now, I don't know if I would stick so strictly to a schedule like that. I'm a fly by the seat of my pants kind of girl, but I love the fact that she talks about the bonds that it made with her dad and the lengths that they went to achieve that. So I'm excited about that. It's also pretty short, so I'll fly through that one pretty easily. And if you need some inspiration, it might be a good one. Finally, City of Thorns, 9 Lives in the World's Largest Refugee Camp by Ben Rollins. This I heard about on NPR, and I've heard a couple of other friends talk about it. It's basically 9 refugees talking about living in a refugee camp. Their hopes, dreams, what they thought life would be, what it actually is. I'm obviously very removed from that, and I love that in reading I can try and challenge some of my own opinions and viewpoints and hopefully find out some things that I can do to help. I'm big on social justice. You guys will see that as I go through. But that's a good book maybe to check out if you're interested in learning about that. Next up are my kids' books. My youngest already took one of the ones I was going to show you, so I'll show it to you a different week. First one up is Duck in the Truck by Jez Alborough. I have this one memorized. My husband has this one memorized. It's a series. Basically, Duck screws everything up all the time. His friends are always bailing him out. And he would be the worst to be a friend with. But he's really sweet and adorable, and I love the language. My favorite page in here, because of the alliteration, is this is a slurp and squelch and suck as the sheep steps slowly through the muck. And yeah, I love the language in here. They're fun illustrations. I don't know a kid who doesn't love this book. Next up is Olivia. I got this at a garage sale, so I was super pumped. It's also part of a series. Olivia is a delightful pig who likes fancy things and also sometimes gets herself into trouble. I like characters like that. You'll kind of see that too as we go along. One of the things I really enjoy are the illustrations are black and white, except for little red accents. And red is one of my favorite colors, so it gets me a little excited. And the other thing that I like about this is they sneak in some art history in here. There's a Jackson Pollock, if you know who that is. There's a Degas in here as well. Anytime you can fit art history into a kid's book, I get really excited. And yeah, so I'd go for that one too. Next one is things that my middle is really enjoying. Elephant and Piggy. They're really fun if you haven't picked them up. Mo Willems writes these, and he also writes the Don't Let the Pigeon Drive the Bus books. And in it, Elephant is kind of not as whimsical as Piggy is, and they get themselves into little tiffs sometimes or troubles. And I like it because it really is good for confidence building for readers who are just starting out. A lot of words are repeated. There's speech bubbles. And so it's really good practice for readers who get frustrated easily. And my boys fly through these. I still think they're funny too. So the other one he's really enjoying is called The Book with No Pictures by B.J. Novak. B.J. Novak was on The Office. He played the intern, Brian, and I really liked him on there. But I was excited when he wrote a children's book because you never really know how that'll go. And in it, it's a book with no pictures, just like it says. But it shows kids that books can be interesting whether they have pictures or not because of the words in them. And the funny thing about this is they have adults reading kind of silly things. My favorite line is when you say, "My head is made of blueberry pizza." It cracks my kids up every single time. So I'd really recommend this for kids who are transitioning away from picture books, just to show them that it's not a scary thing and it can be just as delightful. The other ones are for my eldest, although my middle likes them too. These ones he specifically asked for me to show you, and they're really cool. It's from the Graphic Library Collection, and they're history, but they're graphic novels. My mom got them. We have Jamestown, U.S. Constitution, George Washington, Lewis and Clark, Harriet Tubman, Gettysburg. And these are really great, again, for kids who are a little bit more reluctant readers. He loves graphic novels, and so that's been a really cool thing. We're not into any of those areas of history quite yet, but he's really enjoying them, and it's one of his favorite things to just do on the side. Another one that's kind of interesting, this is, I hate the title because I don't normally get this in kids' books. It's called Billy's Booger, a memoir, sort of. And it's by William Joyce. Now, William Joyce, if you're familiar with him, he wrote the Rise of the Guardians series, The Sandman, The Man in the Moon, all of those. Beautiful illustrations, beautiful language. And in Billy's Booger, it just sounds so awful, but it's really not. It's about this kid who, there's a writing competition at school, and he wants to compete in the competition. And so he writes this book about a super booger that saves the world. And he doesn't win a prize. But in the end, he sees other kids enjoying his book, and it makes him want to write more. And I love it when books encourage kids to try, even though they might not do exactly as well as they thought they would. This book is, I'm pretty sure, the reason for why my 8-year-old wanted to work on writing a book today, because he wanted to express his own ideas. And the best part of reading, I think, is sometimes when it helps you realize that you have your own voice to share too. So I really am excited about this, even though it has the title Billy's Booger, but he's a boy and he likes gross things. So I guess that's how it goes. And finally, Nobody Likes a Goblin. This is by Ben Hatke. He wrote the Zeta the Space Girl series, and he also wrote Julia's House for Lost Creatures. Both really, really great. He does amazing illustrations, and they kind of have fun morals in them, and really strong characters. Both female and males are strong, and I love that when children's books do that. In this, the Goblin has friends. He's best friends with the skeleton, and somebody comes and takes his skeleton friend, so he goes to rescue him, and in the process meets more friends. And the illustrations, like I said, are beautiful, but the story drives it along as well pretty well too. So anyway, I am going to let you go because my kids are wanting to get inside, and this is the last bit of quiet I have. So thank you so much for sticking with me, and I hope to see you guys soon. I'm going to do tags over the weekend, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. Thanks. Bye.